Hello everyone, friends, little boxers. Today we are starting the topic of the counterpunch. Today is the first introductory lesson, so watch and enjoy. These are preparatory exercises that are already leading you towards the combat execution of the main counterpunches. Watch and enjoy. So, guys, what do you need to know about the counterpunch? First, it's a high-quality, precise punch in terms of direction. In other words, it's already a calculation. When you understand where your opponent is and how he defends himself. Because if your opponent is experienced, well, his hands will always be here. He'll always be defending. The only moment when he'll open up is when he's throwing a punch. And it's at this moment, during this movement, that you intercept him, because otherwise he'll be protected. Another point. In boxing, there are two types of counterpunches recognized: the intercepting and the responsive. A responsive counterpunch is when you, roughly speaking, put up your guard and then respond. That is, it happens in 2 beats. So first comes the defense, then the punch. Defense, response, defense, response. And here, your response must be lightning fast. In other words, you have to react instantly. That is exactly why, in order to properly prepare for a powerful counterpunch, a whole comprehensive series of simple yet effective exercises was specifically developed. So that from the very first steps taken and from the very beginning of your training, it would be perfectly clear to everyone exactly why this is so necessary. An intercepting punch is done in a single beat. In other words, you get ahead of your opponent in their movement. That is, not only do you recognize the punch, but also the punching distance and timing. And you play off of that because, as I said before, training actually starts with intercepting punches and only then moves on to counterpunches. Although, in my personal opinion, a solid counterpunch is much easier to execute. The rhythm and pattern are actually a bit simpler. First you block, then you punch, then you block, and then you punch again. In other words, you wait for your opponent. It's more difficult to get ahead of your opponent. There are also special boxing punches that were specifically developed for certain types of punches. For example, the cross, the counter cross. We'll break that down a bit later. So your very first exercise today is the counter punch. Pay close attention. When you throw a powerful counter punch, remember that your entire body must be fully involved in the movement. That is, you need to switch your stance from left to right. 1. Spread out, lunge under your opponent's arm. So when you lunge under the arm, you need to twist precisely. Keep your defensive guard firmly in place. 1, 1, 1, 1. So that if a second punch comes, you can at least block it, or at least prevent it from landing cleanly on you, so you can interfere with your opponent's actions somehow. All right, let's start with the first one. Let's go, pair up. Move a little closer to him. When you switch your stance, yes, and change direction. Now look here, Rom, for now you don't really need to bounce around, because you need to stay positioned right next to your opponent. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You make this simple defensive movement by slipping and immediately counter with a punch. That's good. You keep switching your stance. That's it. Good job. And that's all. And in the same way, but you can, let's do it slowly. Aim for the head. Keep aiming for the head. Aiming for the head. Aiming for the head. Don't back away. On the contrary, move forward. Press in with your punch. There you go. So that I start backing up. That's it. Good job. Now let's do a counter punch, hand to hand. That is, it's done, as they say in a cross motion. 1, 1, 1. There you go. Here, yes, you can shuffle your feet a bit. You can start gradually adjusting your footwork. These exercises are for developing your initial reaction, to work on your first response, and to fully understand counterpunches. You start with these introductory preparatory exercises. Because a counterpunch itself is an unexpected, sudden movement. In other words, your opponent shouldn't be able to read this movement. Only then will it be effective. So once again, guys, let me explain. For a counterpunch, you need to have very good defense. You shouldn't just understand these defenses. You should already be masters of them. especially since there aren't that many defenses from which you can throw a punch. All right, guys, let's go. See, it turns into a mess. Stop, stop. Well, stop. You're pulling. Yes. Raise your hand here. Your hand should be here, right here. That's it. There it is. Can you see it? There it is. You're hiding behind your hand. That is exactly the movement. Step one. Step one. Step one. Step one. Again and again. Go higher. Even higher. And much higher still. And bring the distance a little closer. You're doing it too short. You need to reach. So please extend your shoulder. There you go. Good. That's it. Right there. Got it. Turn it. There. Now try it. There. Hold it here. Hold it. No need to hit yet. Just hold your hand. Hold it. There it is. There it is. Can you see it? Yes. There. Start hitting. Start hitting. Once more. There, there. Higher, higher. There. Stop. Make sure your hand doesn't slip over here. So you're not hitting from here, you're hitting through the arm. There, good. There we go. That is much better now. Closer, closer, closer. There. If it goes here suddenly, you should be able to circle around with your hand if needed. Calmer. That's fine. That'll do. Short, short. Don't move this hand too far away. You're catching with it. Yes, just catching. All right, stop, guys. First, a clear placement here. A clear placement like this. Everything is right here. Second point, how are you holding it? Open your hand a little bit. Yes, just a bit. Now look, guys, you switch your hand. You can throw a punch from below. See, it goes from below. Or you can throw it from above. From below, from above, from below, from above. 1, 2, 1, 2. Then it'll be easier to throw across. So this is the pattern. From below, from above, then across. Stop. Look, guys, right now it's okay to make mistakes because you're learning. Here, one more time. You're taking your hand way too far out here, much too far. First of all, if you suddenly need to throw a punch from this position, how are you going to do it? You'll have to twist your body, you'll have to twist yourself around. That's why here it's precise. You can control it with the tilt of your body. The tilt of your body, your hand is right here. Go. There you go, go. That's it. See, there it is, the slip is happening. There it is, there it is, there it is, there it is. You're hiding under your arm. Agreed? You hid under it, covered up, but in a way that you can still see, so you don't block your vision. Just a little to the side. Your vision goes over the glove. See? 1 and again. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. So why do you need this thing? So that you can react if anything happens. This is already a counterpunch. Rum, 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 rum. Strong. You're coming out from under it really hard. You can only do it like that once. You do it like that once, and that's it. Bring it out in front of you, in front of you. From here you can throw punches, but that's just extra unnecessary movement. I'll say it again. You need a certain precision here, precision. When you start developing your attack, you already need to understand that a counterpunch will come instantly. That's why you need to practice this exercise, to defend yourself during your own punch. Is it clear? And here you can already observe your opponent. That's it. All right, now look. Now we're going to combine two forms. The very first form you learn serves as your primary counterattack, while the second form functions as your essential intercepting strike to stop an opponent. Now follow the rhythm of the blows as they land in quick succession. Bam 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 bam. Try it slowly. Once more, starting from the legs. If it's a counterpunch, everything comes from the legs. Switch your stance. Prepare for this movement. If you don't prepare, it won't work. It'll look like this. Get ready slowly. It's not working, right? It's not working. Do it more calmly. 1, 1, 1, 1. Oh, 1, 1, 1, 1. 1, 1, 1, 1. Here, here. No. Again, again. Where's your block? Where's your block? There you go, you're blocking, you're blocking. Good job. There you go. See, you've moved on to another phase. There you go. Slowly. One more time. I don't get it. It's fine. Let's go again. Keep going, keep going. There you go, good job. See, you immediately forgot about your hands, right, Valor? You always keep your hands right here. One hand always covering your head. Let's go. These exercises require a high level of concentration, so there's no need to rush here. Just like you would calmly and very slowly practice your movements on the speed bag, on the heavy bag, or even on the pads. You should aim to do exactly the same thing here. Gradually, 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 you start to master the counterpunch. It's very interesting, it's very captivating. So, look, going forward, we're going to do a big series on counterpunches, because for a boxer, this is one of the main skills that needs to be developed from the very first training sessions. See you next time. Wishing you kindness and love.